Hello again, my friends, and welcome to Phrasal Verb Quiz Part 26. In this video, you must choose the correct word to complete the phrasal verb in each question. You may need to pause the video at each question to think of your answers. Are you ready again? All right, here we go. Number 1. And the answer is, he loved drawing when he was a child, and he went on to become a great artist. Now, this phrasal verb, go on to, this basically means that you proceed to do something, or in this case, to be something, after you complete whatever you're trying to do. We often use this phrasal verb to say that a person went on to do something. Like in this case, the person loved to draw and they went on to become an artist. This is how it's used in this particular context. Got it? All right. Number 2. And the answer is, my teacher handed out the math exams after we had a quick review of the material that we did yesterday. Now, to hand out something just means to give something to people. And it's used very often in the classroom with the teacher handing out things. All right, it could be an exam, it could be something else. All right, but that's what handout means in this particular context. Got it? All right. Number 3. And the answer is, my cousin's wedding took place at the church in my hometown. If something takes place, it happens or it occurs somewhere. That's where it takes place. That's how it's used. And this is the perfect example to show that. The person's cousin's wedding took place. It occurred at the church in this person's hometown. All right, number 4. And the answer is, with the help of my science tutor, I worked through my difficulties in that class and got a 90 on my last biology test. If you work through something, usually it means to deal with something difficult step by step. That's how you work through something. And in this case, the person was having a problem, I guess, with their science class. And with the help of the tutor, they were able to work through it, to deal with it. Got it? All right. Number 5. And the answer is, David got out of his financial problems by taking out a loan from his bank. To get out of something simply means to escape from, let's say, some circumstance that might occur or might happen to you, all right, in some way. In this case, in our example, David was having financial problems. That's what his situation was, and he got out of it. He was able to escape it by taking out a loan from his bank. All right, number 6. And the answer is, if I had looked ahead, I would have studied harder for my last math test. To look ahead just means to think about what is likely to happen in the future. All right, and that's what happened in this case. The person was saying that, well, if I had thought about this before, I would have studied. Maybe they had a hard time with their math test. All right, so to look ahead is to think of the future. Got it? All right. Number 7. And the answer is, because of the approaching ice storm, the power company had extra tree crews standing by in case the storm caused excessive damage to the power lines. Now, to stand by just means that you are ready to do something. All right, if somebody is standing by, and in this case, with the storm, the power company had extra tree crews standing by, waiting, just in case they needed them to cut down the trees because of all of the storm damage that may have occurred because of this big storm coming. Got it? All right. Number 8. And the answer is, I don't know what to make of his last letter. Is he mad at me? I'm very confused. All right. To make of. Now, this means to understand someone or the meaning of something, to what to make of something. And in this case, the person didn't understand the letter that this other person wrote to him or her. Okay? They couldn't make of, meaning they didn't understand it. They couldn't put it together and figure out what it was. All right? And that's how it's used. And this is kind of a unique phrasal verb. All right, number 9. And the answer is, after a long discussion with my wife, we narrowed down the colors we will choose to paint our house. Now, to narrow down something, like in the case of our example, they're just reducing the number of choices that they have. And that's what they did here with the colors of paint that they were going to paint their house. They narrowed them down to maybe like a few from many. Okay, number 10, the final question. And the answer is, the new company did poorly in the first quarter this year because their high prices turned away many new customers. If something turns you away, you are repulsed by it. Or let's say that you don't want it and let's say you refuse or you choose not to do something. You turn away. That's what it means here. In our example, the company was charging too much for whatever they were selling, and it turned away customers. It made them, let's say, not choose to buy from them. They were turned away. Okay? That's all for this video. Please let me know how you did on the quiz in the comments section below. Thanks again for subscribing, everyone. And remember what I always say, keep practicing. See you next time.